Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's GTA 5 video, we have something very interesting to talk about that it looks like Rockstar could be doing either for later this year with the biggest update ever, which is supposed to be a new heist in an entirely new location, or something for 2021 with the enhanced and expanded version of GTA 5. So earlier today, we heard from the Twitter account 5M, which, in case you guys don't know what 5M is, it's a modification framework for GTA 5. It's also a multiplayer service. They tweeted out this. They said Rockstar seems to have added support for DLC installation/ownership to the Rockstar Games launcher, which is weird since Rockstar Games launcher doesn't offer any complete edition games at this point. Some paid DLC incoming. And then they also said this also broke Rockstar's sign-in with 5M. It'll be fixed soon. So if you guys do use 5M, a little bit of detail on why that might not be working. And so that is very interesting. Paid DLC potentially coming to Grand Theft Auto 5, maybe even specifically Grand Theft Auto Online. Now, this would not be the first time in which Grand Theft Auto has received a paid expansion, but it would be the first time we're seeing this in GTA 5 and certainly Grand Theft Auto Online. The last time that Rockstar did this was with its two expansions to Grand Theft Auto 4, The Ballad of Gay Tony and The Lost and the Damned. Now, both of those expansions were $19.99, basically $20, and both of them had exclusivity and staggered releases, with The Lost and the Damned coming out first, followed by The Ballad of Gay Tony, and they both released on Xbox 360 before they ended up releasing on PlayStation 3 at the time. So not only were they paid expansions that had new stories, new characters, new guns, clothing, cars, a whole bunch of stuff, new abilities and features, but they also were $20, which is an interesting price for an expansion. So that's the last time that Rockstar ended up doing that, all the way back roughly in 2008, 2009, with those expansions that eventually became episodes from Liberty City when they were all combined. So it makes you wonder, is Rockstar doing the exact same thing here? Some paid DLC incoming. Now, when I first saw this, I was like, maybe this has something to do with a shark card, because Rockstar have done that in the past, offering like the complete edition of GTA 5, which is basically just the base game, but you're getting like all these bonuses for multiplayer, like automatic unlocks and shark card bonuses, which at the end of the day, you aren't necessarily getting any new content. You're basically just paying to have stuff automatically added to your account, whether that's items or outfits or cars or clothing or offices, whatever the case might be, and then just extra money that you have on your account. It's not necessarily something new like a paid expansion. So that's what I first thought this might be, that Rockstar was just doing something simple like that. But as you guys know, there are two pretty big things that are coming up over the next couple of weeks. But as you guys know, the future of GTA 5 has some exciting events on the horizon. First and foremost, in 2020, we know that we are getting the biggest update ever, which is going to be heists that are featured in an entirely new location. And so because of that, this has a lot of people speculating that this could be for Grand Theft Auto Online. Like, for example, we heard from one user, Mr. Phillips, on the GTA forum site, who said, "My guess in the future, GTA Online will be standalone and maps from their single-player games, GTA 6, will be sold like DLCs. Liberty City map, Vice City map, etc. And of course, who bought the DLC map will be able to choose the map and join the free roam session on that map with unique jobs, adversary modes, heist, and similar. And those who refuse to buy will be stuck at Los Santos and old content. A perfect opportunity to double dip on the same content, and single player will be separated from multiplayer." So I think that right there is a really good prediction, and all of that could start with what we see in the coming weeks and months with the biggest update ever, because there's been a lot of speculation that this could be for whatever Rockstar has planned in the month of December. So for example, we heard from another user, Agent Sapphire, who said, "If the December DLC is paid and includes a map expansion, I think it can be seen as the price of a plane ticket to the new location, LOL. Personally, I don't mind paying for a map expansion." And again, all of that determines what Rockstar is really up to in this December DLC. When I'm recording this video, we don't know because Rockstar haven't told us really anything other than it's in a new location. But new location could be a new building. It could just be a new part of the map, not necessarily an expansion or going into an entirely new part of the GTA universe, for example. Now, we also heard from an admin on the GTA forum site Spider-Vice regarding what had just occurred, saying that would only happen in the next-gen version, or once it comes in late 2021, and wouldn't be added to the launcher this early. I mean, most RDR2 launcher changes happen very near release. So what he's saying is if this was for the expanded and enhanced version of the PS5 or Xbox Series X one, why would it be happening so early, and particularly only on the Rockstar Games launcher? And this prompted another follow-up from that same user we looked at earlier, Mr. Phillips, who said to further speculate, maybe the December map expansion will be free of charge and included in the GTA 5 single player for PS5, but every other map expansion in the future will be paid ones, alongside with free DLCs for Los Santos and those expansions. So again, we're definitely doing a lot of speculating here, but all of that does make sense, pairing what we see in 2021 with what Rockstar could start to do here at the end of 2020 and the December DLC. Again, it's all going to come down to what's really announced over the next couple of weeks, and if what Rockstar made on their changes today with the Rockstar Games launcher, if we get any more information on that. Now, we also heard from a couple of users on Twitter, like, for example, Videotech responding to 5M, who said this is likely in preparation for the forthcoming expanded and enhanced content for PC. This would make sense. With another user saying, I think it's for the standalone version of GTA Online. We will have to pay for DLCs, I guess, after expanded and enhanced. Now, paying for DLCs, at least recently, would go against Rockstar's policy. I shouldn't say policy. Go against what they've been doing recently in GTA Online, where every update has been free. And the reason Rockstar has gone on record saying they've wanted to keep the DLCs free is because it keeps unity for online. So if they paid for every DLC, or they made us pay for every DLC, that would mean that players would start to get separated, because some people wouldn't have the heist content, some people wouldn't have the bikers content, some people wouldn't have the Diamond Casino and Resort, and so you'd have to be split into a bunch of different lobbies, kind of like it was in GTA 4, where you had to choose which multiplayer you wanted to be in. So if you had the Ballad of Gay Tony, for example, you would have to choose to play in that multiplayer. And if your friends didn't have it or other people didn't have it, you would be put in a separate world since there was different content. So it would be interesting if Rockstar went back on that, but it wouldn't also be too surprising if it is something as significant and crazy as a big map expansion. Because obviously Rockstar have never done that before. All the updates we've seen have featured content added to the map of Los Santos and San Andreas. Nothing has been outside other than like an aircraft carrier in the ocean. There's not been an expansion that has not been a part of like the main map. So I'm guessing that's what Rockstar thinks they could do here, if it is indeed going to be a paid update. And it also makes you wonder if the power of these new consoles like the PS5 and Xbox Series X allow them to do crazy stuff like map expansions and allow them to then justify putting a price tag on some of these DLCs. I think the only way in which they could do so is if you're taken to a new part of the map, because otherwise it would then get really confusing. Like, for example, you would have some cars that people could have only if they pay for it, but then some people on the same map won't have them because they didn't. That's why I think you have to have the map separation there, which at the end of the day would be awesome because that means we'd likely be going to a new area like Liberty City, Vice City, or somewhere else in the GTA universe. And I would love to hear from you guys in the comments down below, whether this is for the December update or whether this is for the expanded and enhanced content we see on PS5, PC, and Xbox Series X. What would you think of finally paying for a DLC? I think I'm a little bit on the fence here. I wouldn't mind if it is something massive, like a map expansion that takes us to like Vice City or Liberty City or another part of the world. But if it's just for something normal, it would be kind of weird. So that's why I all think it depends on what Rockstar does. Again, I would love to hear from you guys in the comments down below. Let me know what you think they're going to do, and let me know what you think about paying for a official DLC. If you guys did go on to enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new, or you want to stay up to date on all the latest GTA and Red Dead Redemption videos that I'm doing here here on my channel. And be sure to ring that notification bell as well. Sometimes YouTube just doesn't work, and if you ring that bell, you'll always be guaranteed to be notified when new videos arrive. But of course, as always, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.